What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Um, you can hear it in my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather right now, but I kind of had to jump in on this nonsense, this whole Jermaine Dupri bullshit. For those that don't know, he was recently interviewed by People magazine, I guess, and one of these quote unquote journalists asked him, "Hey, what about female rappers of today?" So he was honest and said, "Hey, listen, I feel that a lot of them rap about the same thing, okay? Um, you go to the club, blah, blah, blah. You go to the club, shake your ass. He goes, it feels like strippers are rapping." And him saying that caused a gigantic backlash. And my question is why? Because I think that a lot of people out here that caught feelings about this shit, a lot of you are being very disingenuous. Um, of course, he could have clarified his comments a little bit better, but we all know good and goddamn well what he meant. Because in order for you to make it to that next level, next tier, being a female rapper, guess what? Yeah, you're gonna have to have sex appeal. It is what it is. And miss me with fucking Rhapsody and all that. Listen, I'm a big fan of Rhapsody. Y'all know this, but would you really consider her mainstream? She's not. Okay? And for people that are gonna bring up Lauryn Hill, Lauryn Hill's last project, full length project, was in 1998. Okay? So let's be honest with ourselves. This guy didn't say anything wrong, okay? Because let's look at this logically. I mean, Jermaine Dupri is a mainstream producer, okay? He understands this. Now, is every female rapping about fucking tits and ass? No, of course not. But like I've said on my channel for years and years and years, you want a certain type of MC, you have to dig. Unfortunately, you gotta put in work and look for that type of artist. Now, that's where I agree with some of the criticism. If he really felt this way over the years, maybe he could have went and looked for someone that had that type of side to them when it comes to rapping about other shit in life or whatever. But this guy's busy. He's doing other things. So that really shouldn't be up to him or lying on his shoulders. And again, I can't stand when journalists ask these bullshit ass questions. And now I understand why certain people give these fucking throwaway answers, these little generic answers, is because they don't want to get caught up in none of this nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, now I understand why people do that, because it's not worth the backlash. I mean, I'm going to get to what he's doing later, which is just, it annoys me because a lot of people, they say real shit and then they want to, excuse me, they want to try and apologize and do all this bullshit. Look, of all the people that sort of had their reactions and meltdowns, to her credit, I think Cardi B gave the most reasonable answer out of all these responses. And she said something that I said years ago. She said, when I rap a certain way, when I used to rap a certain way, people didn't react to it. They weren't responsive to it. So that's why I rap about this shit. Because Cardi B, she is one of the top dogs when it comes to female rap. You know what I mean? And all she does is rap about stripping and sucking dick and all that nonsense. Now, I detest her and her music, but what she said was 100% spot on. See, she's being honest. She goes, look, this is what people like. That's what I'm going to rap about. Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. And you're being honest about it. And she also said some other shit in that thing just prior to that kind of, if I'm fucking Offset, dude, she goes, well, I rap about my pussy because my pussy's my best friend. And that's just so cringe, man. But anyway, listen, this is what people want to hear, particularly her fan base. I mean, it's whatever. It is what it is. I've talked about this for years and years and years. I don't blame Jermaine Dupri. I blame the fans. I blame you because you're the ones that can sit here and demand to hear people like Rhapsody or Snow the Product or any of these females, Jean Grey, any of these females who rap about alternative things. But you don't want that. A lot of you are the reason for these females that come out and rap the way they do. A lot of you are. I've said this before. I blame you. You don't want to put in the work to look for the shit. You like shit that's easily disposable. It's on the radio. I'll listen to it. That's just how it is. I blame you. I don't blame any of these rappers anymore. I don't. And just a little sidebar. I'm going to hit something that I feel kind of contributes to that in real life. Like, look, I saw a thing by Now This by another female rapper called, some of y'all might have heard of her, a rapper named Chica. I think she's from Atlanta or somewhere in the South. I forget where. But she jumped upon this whole, abortion nonsense. Oh, women have the right to do what they want with their bodies. And listen, before I get into this, don't leave me any comment talking about, yeah, women are free to do what they want with their body. Listen, I agree with you 100%. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is you have people that feel strongly against that, regardless of what it is. They're not, abortions aren't illegal, okay? You can get abortions anywhere you want. But something has to be said about the fact that you have women like Chica sitting here fighting for that stuff, saying, oh, we're free and XYZ, and it's all this fake woke bullshit. But at the bottom of the barrel, you got to ask yourself, why is she for that so much? And the answer is, and I know a lot of you don't want to face this, is a lot of females want to run around and live a lifestyle of them hoeing out, but without being labeled a hoe. They want to sit here and be running around, sucking and fucking and doing all types of shit. And they don't want to face up to their responsibility. They want everybody else to pay for it. So once you correlate that with the landscape of mainstream female rappers, how was Jermaine Dupri wrong? How was he wrong? And then here's the other thing. This is what prompted me to make this video. Oh man, I'm getting up close to 10 minutes. He's doing his mea culpa. He's doing his, I'm getting a bunch of angry tweets and DMs, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, because I'm a gatekeeper. I'm being called a gatekeeper. What I'm going to do is have a so deaf female cipher and promote these. It's like, dude, no. You don't apologize, number one, because it'll never be enough for anybody that's crying. Number two, let the females do that. Shout out to Cardi B again for shouting out some of the other rappers the other female rappers that exist. But what would be much more significant is if Cardi B turned around and said, hey, listen, you know what? I'm going to use my platform. I'm going to put some of these females on. I'm going to do a track with Rhapsody. I'm going to do a track with Tierra Whack. I'm going to do a track with so-and-so. No, she's not doing that. She understands that she's number one. Her and Nicki Minaj, they're the two top dogs. They're not going to do that. It's sort of like the criticism with Eminem and white rappers. He never worked with any. He didn't work with any of them. Like so for the longest time, he wanted to be top dog, and he knew it. It's the same thing. So this whole thing is just like a he's trying to save face, which again he shouldn't really have to do, in my opinion. He shouldn't have to, because we all know what he's trying to say. A lot of y'all, and that's the other thing. Let me get to this. Let me close on this. The people who are complaining the most, I mean, I expect the females to say some shit, but a lot of you soy boy cucks out there, I seen a lot of shit on Twitter and everything else, The Root, all these bullshit sites, but particularly Twitter. I saw all you white knights running around, well, what did the men rap about? Well, sir, he wasn't asked about the men. He was asked about the females. He said, well, I feel that the females rap about a lot of the same thing. He wasn't asked about the dudes. That's number one. Number two, you have, okay, if you want to mirror the two biggest females in hip hop, the two biggest males, arguably, right now in rap, well, two of the biggest names, let's just put it that way, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, do they rap about going around eating pussy and doing all that bullshit? No. And there's other guys out there that kind of are in the mainstream, Lupe Fiasco, Nas, that don't really do that. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, do guys rap about fucking hoes and doing it? Yes, no one's saying that. But he was asked particularly about females, okay? So that's just my video on it. Look, I'm tired of this shit. Stop getting mad because people ask, people are honest. And this is the same thing that happened with Rick Ross a few years ago when of course they asked him, well, what about signing a female artist? He goes, oh, well, I really wouldn't want to do that because I would feel like I would be prone to wanting to fuck her. He's being honest. He says, look, I don't want to do that because of this reason. Now, you can say what you want about it, but he's being honest. You know where the fuck he stands. But a lot of y'all are in your feelings nowadays, and we all know feelings are supreme nowadays. Dealing with facts or working around facts hurts y'all. Y'all don't like that shit. But anyway, let me cut it short. That's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please share my video. Y'all know YouTube is throttling me. I don't expect my video to go over 100 views nowadays, but this is what it is. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe, and that's it. Peace, bitches.